So welcome, we are talking about the tier list for FFA Nomad. So since the last FFA Nomad tier list I made, I have different options, honestly, but not really that much, because not crazy amount of stuff changed. I want to make this tier list before the new season starts, so we can make like check the old one and the new one, and let's see what happened compared to the past few months, right? So let's see. So in my eyes, the most worst civilization in FFA Nomad, one of the worst, is actually JD. So I'm gonna put, let's say, into D tier, because I've been playing JD and it's insanely hard. Like, I was thinking the Civ totally is gonna be fine because it's like French, but without French. So which means they don't have cheaper economical buildings. You don't have the keeps. When you're gonna play JD, you're gonna struggle a crazy lot. So I'm not talking about when I'm making this tier list. I'm not talking about when you start in a corner and the closest player is 10,000 kilometers away. Okay, so when you start, when let's say a player 20, 25 or 30 tiles away from you, it's every civ is broken when they spawn alone in a corner and they can boom with 10 TC. Every civ is broken. But when I'm making this tier list, I'm talking about civs that spawn next to a player. And not really next to a player, but let's say 30 or 35 tiles away. JD struggle a crazy lot, and it's because the economy is insanely bad. They have cheaper upgrades, but that doesn't mean the civ is good. I played many JDs, and oh my god, so I have like more than 2,000 games, I'm pretty sure, in FFA Nomad right now. I can check. Give me a second. So for FFA Nomad, yes, I am over 2,000 games, so I have a very solid opinion. JD just struggles a crazy lot. So the next save that I would put into the struggle option, well, JD not just struggle, is just absolute horseshit. So the next save I would put into the struggle, when you have a neighbor next to you and it's really hard to do other stuff, is actually French. So French is not a bad civilization. It's better than JD, but when you have one neighbor close to you with French, it's actually hard to finish them off. You can fight in feudal with French, but your economy is actually the strongest in castle age and not feudal age. So if someone holds you down to stay in feudal for longer, you're actually gonna feel like, oh my god, it's really bad. Like every other player is just booming harder than you, and it's really hard to play with French when you have neighbors with you, because it's really hard to break the chain of like, okay, now I need to make villagers. It's not a bad civilization, but when it comes to you have to kill your neighbor, it's not as easy to do that with French because the lack of economy. Good units, but you're gonna struggle and really hard to fast castle it. Then the next civilization I would put, if you have a neighbor, is Mongol. Mongol also struggles a crazy lot if you have a neighbor. So again, if Mongol is in corner, that's one of the most broken civilization. Okay, that's one of the most broken. If it's in a corner, but these safety, at least I need to mention it again before someone gonna say something stupid, is that when you have a neighbor and you have to fight, or maybe you can fast castle. Now, if you fast castle with Mongol and you have a neighbor, you didn't achieve anything. You're still gonna lose the game, because the fast castle will not provide you anything good. So Mongol gonna struggle a crazy lot, just like French. And there is one more civilization that's gonna struggle a lot, is actually English, because English is very slow for Nomad FFA as well. It's very slow, and finishing your opponent with English is also slow compared to other civilizations that can easily finish their neighbor if you have to play in feudal. If you have to fast castle, so I've seen a lot of English fast castle just dropping the white tower on their neighbor, But that doesn't mean they're gonna win the game. You are dropping a white tower, you are still on 1 TC, you're just straight up losing the game. So even with English, it's really hard to play it, and fast castle make a lot of TCs or just get your economy going, because for some reason I feel like they are so slow. So I've played a few English games as well to record the guide, and let me tell you that like I felt I lost most of the English games, and I lost most of the French games because there is no momentum for your civilization actually. So the civilizations that's actually balanced, that's gonna be HRE and OOTD. Those civs are not the best, but not the worst. You will most likely not struggle if you have a neighbor. You can easily finish it off with both HRE and OOTD because how fast your villagers get there and how good your economy is. So I'd really like to pick both of them because I'm in a balanced way of playing the game, which means most likely, even if I have a neighbor, I will beat them and I can just continue the game booming, etc. So if I have HR and OTD, as I said, I'm really happy. So I can keep continuing the game, making new TCs while I achieved 1 kill, and I'm not really scared of someone tries to kill me or fast castle and sending knights towards me, because I can easily repel those attacks thanks to the economical bonuses and how the Civ react to one another. So the next one is gonna be the good section. I'm gonna put House of Lancaster and Malian for now. So the reason why I'm putting House of Lancaster and Malian into the good section, because they are really, really good of dealing against the neighbors, booming, and while fighting your opponent and booming at the same time. Both civilization does it perfectly good, perfectly good. Even if you are behind of the age, they are really, really good, because you have the Musafadi warriors, so you can kill enemy Manaton, but also your Sofa can kill enemy Manaton, because Sofa is cheap and does a lot of damage, very cheap. And as I mentioned, Musafari Warrior can kill Manaton as well, or enemy knights, or any kind of heavy unit. You can just make Musafari Warrior. And if the enemy has crossbow or archer or spearman, then you can make your own archers. Or if they have like stronger archer or a lot of archer in Castle Age, then you have the javelin throwers, and few the javelin throwers can shit on enemy archers still. So you have all the tools to do that. You have the economy to do that as well, because you have the cow boom, you have the pitmans. Pitmans generating more than 100 gold per minute. So you absolutely have everything for the seed to be good. And if you have no food or no food nearby, just 1 gold, then you can make cows for yourself in Dark Age or Feudal Age and just eat them. You don't even need to transition to farms early on. Just like with House of Lancaster, you even start with 4 sheep when you finish, when you make your first AC. That's insanely huge for House of Lancaster to start with 4 sheep immediately, so they can just start on gold, and it's perfect. One thing I forgot to put into balance is actually Ayubid. Ayubid is really, really balanced. They can fast castle insanely fast and pick up the relics all around the map. And even if there is like a neighbor in 30 tiles away, you just don't care. You can just steal fast castle on him and make gulams or camel lancers or whatever unit you really wish to make. There is a really good example where I fast castled and the enemy player was Delhi. He tried to make an elephant. I surrounded the elephant with villagers, just rolled with the dervish, and I got both of his elephant, 2 elephant with the dervish. So that's what I'm saying. Even if you get Delhi'd, then Ibid is still a really good civilization. Now another good civilization I'm gonna put there is actually gonna be Rus. Rus is the same thing, easily fast castles, pro scouts, grabs all the deer on the map, does early sheep gathering as well. So perfectly good, really nice to play with Rus on FFA Nomad, and people will find a lot of victories with them. Now Another few civilization to be good into to put into good is actually China and Byzantine and Zushi. So both China, Byzantine, and Zushi are the perfect civilizations to spawn against someone. Like let's say you can with China, you can just feudal baboon with your Imperial Academy and kill someone insanely fast. Because don't forget, China doesn't need to get a gold to age up or to work to age 3. Because if you feudal baboon with China, you can just make archer, horseman, spearman, kill one player, and after that just boom up. With Zushi, you can just chicken you all in, and with Byzantine, you have an insanely strong Rams, which is nice. I once even again I forgot to put into balance and struggle, or sorry, two civs. One of them is Japanese. It's balance. You don't have a biggest problem if you have a neighbor, since you have a cheap archers, but it's not as good as playing like Rus, since Japanese can fast castle, yes, can kill that one player, but at the same time continuing, so when you finish off that one player and continue the game is going to be harder. But again, as I mentioned it before, I'm going to mention it again, if you start in the corner with Japanese, it's insane. So yeah, you have absolutely not like you're not gonna struggle, but you're gonna be better than English or French if you have a player like 30 tiles away from your base. Then the civilization that actually one civilization goes into, or two civilization goes into insane, is one of them KT and the other one is Abbasid. So playing KT, and if you have neighbor, you can finish them off super fast. You just need to age up with Sergeant, and you just finish them off super fast. And when you have a Abbasid, you just build 4, 5, 10 TCs and just laugh at the enemy. Oh, you killed one villager, I just made another 10 in 20 seconds. So Abbasid has insanely strong military, brokenly good. Like those camels are insanely strong. I don't know if they're gonna change something in the camels in the future. I hope they will change something on the camels, because they are disgustingly strong. Disgustingly strong. KT has one of the most broken late game. Not just the late game, but the early game is very, very strong with KT. But when we are talking about late game, it's absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. So I hope the devs gonna change something. Because in 1 versus 1 as well, when it's over 15-20 minutes, KT is super creeping with the goddamn pilgrims. And the pilgrims are insanely broken. They are like 2000 gold per minute, and they cost zero population. Zero population. And when you go up with Condottiero, you have one of the most broken market in the game, which is crazy. Then we have civilization in the super, which is Delhi and Ottoman. Like if Delhi and Ottoman has neighbor, they have zero problem. They don't even drop a sweat. I'm not even joking. They are not as good as KT or Abbasid, but both Delhi because the free upgrades, and Ottoman because of the Sipahi and the military schools later on. So Ottoman and Delhi is super good. So if you really wish to play with them, late game, their late game units are really good as well. Or mid game, let's say Castle Age, you can still make those very strong Sipai, or you can switch to elephants in late game, steal elephants, and the Great Bomber comes out with a Ribodoki and very, very strong Janissaries that protects your siege. So currently, I'm over 2,000 games in FFA. This is how I feel when I'm playing FFA, like which civ I'm picking, and which civ the best, which civ is the worst. And I hope, I really don't like this, because I feel like it's not the same for 1 versus 1, of course, but there are some changes need to be done to the civs to not be this broken. Because again, KT early game in 1 versus 1 is horrible. It's ass, right? But KT late game and mid late game is like there is no way to break that. There is no way to break that. The same with Abbasid. In 1 versus 1, their late early game is not as good, but mid late and late game for Abbasid is insane in 1v1 and also team games, but it's thanks to the camels. So I hope that's gonna be changed. Delhi has very stupid elephants. I hope they're gonna change the elephants as well. And for Ottoman, I think Sipai might need a cost increase, or I rather just a cost increase, even, or I don't know what could be done, or military schools buffed and Sipai nerfed or something like that. Because Ottoman is insanely strong. Even in 1v1, they are insanely strong. The rest of them would be really lovely to change. So China and Zushi lose a little bit on their taxes, so they go a little bit lower than being good. But rest of them, I mean, maybe House of Lancaster need to be changed a little bit with the lords, or the manners, even nerf the manners even more. That's what I really like to see. Now the new force civilization, where they gonna be? Well, I'm pretty sure. Let's just say it. We don't know this, but let's just say it. Let's just say I think Golden Horde is gonna be better than Mongols for FFA Nomad. Let's say Tukluk is gonna be just good. Let's say the Macedonians are gonna be insane, and let's say the Japanese variant will struggle. I have zero idea. I'm really looking forward to get some news about the civs, because I honestly have no idea how they're gonna play out. But the reason why I put into their locations just like this, because the information we have so far, I have literally no clue how the civs gonna look like, or how gonna like play out. But I can put the civs into their tier based on what the devs shared publicly so far. There is nothing secret right now or anything like that. We are all waiting, pros, casuals, plebs, everything, waiting together to get some more information. Because so far, what I've seen about Macedonia, it was instantly broken. Tukluk doesn't sound as good as Delhi. Golden Horde sounds better than Mongol, but Sengoku Daimyo a little bit sounded worse than Japanese. So we're gonna see. So yeah, that's the tier list for the current FFA Nomad and not for the next season.